You can separate the knees as wide as your shoulders. We're going to start with child's pose. So you're going to stretch your arms out in front of you. Anchor into the heels of the hands as if you're going to slide the arms forward. Feel that upper arm externally rotate, creating a little more tension and length in the tricep. And then let the chest wall get heavy. Let the hairline rest on your mat. And we're going to take 4 breaths here, in through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. We'll fill the lower lobes of the lungs, filling into the sides of the rib cage wall, feeling a subtle lift in the front of the chest wall. So creating volume and space through the torso. And take one more full breath in. Pause at the top and exhale to empty. And then press down into your palms, look to your left, walk the hands to the left. Draw the hips back on the diagonal, feeling that right sitting bone pulling back. You can bring the head right between the elbows. Take a breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, creating space in that right side body. Breathing into the length of that right side. And then press down into the palms, look forward, walk across to the right side. Pulling the hips back, reaching that left sitting bone back on the diagonal, bringing the head between the elbows. Take a breath into that left lung, creating some space between the crest of the pelvis and the low ribs. And then when you get to empty, looking forward, walk the hands back to the center. And from here, really anchor through the heels of the hands. We're going to shift the shoulders over the wrists and then pull the tail back about halfway to the heels. So moving in the joint space, not trying to make it muscular, keeping neutral spine. So not allowing the head to drop, keeping the head reaching forward, keeping the tail reaching back. So moving smoothly in the hips, moving smoothly through the shoulder girdle. One more time, reach back, back, back. One more stretch here in your child's pose. And then when you're ready, coming onto all fours, right? So hand, hand, knee, knee, tops of the feet are anchored. Measuring up here, the underside of the wrist to the back of the armpit. If you get a cramp through the tops of the feet, just come up onto the tips of the toes. Move from the tailbone, tip the pelvis, round your spine. Inhale, lead with the tailbone, tip the pelvis forward, open the chest. For these, we exhale around through cat, and inhale as we come forward. Twice more, exhale around, feeling the upper inner thighs, a narrowing between the sitting bones. And one more time, holding that rounded position just a little bit longer, firming from the pubic bone to the navel, feeling that equally across the frontal hip points into the transverse. And then coming back through the center. We're going to curl the toes under, hover just the knees, exhale. Feel the navel pull up to the front of the spine, pull your hips back, and shift back into a modified downward facing dog. Deep knee bends, right? So bend the knees, stretch out through the arms, take a breath in, exhale to empty. So you can adjust your feet where they need to be. Now lead with the top of the head, tap the knees down, inhale, look forward, exhale, lift and shift. Right, so still moving in the joint space, just creating a little larger movement, a more full-bodied movement. We do it one more time, and then we're going to stay lifted. So here's our fourth one. And we're going to begin to pedal the feet out. So sinking into the left and then the right heels. Notice the space between the feet, right? Try to create a space that's about 2/5 widths, right? And you can hold one side a little longer, feel the stretch in the soleus, right? Even down through the Achilles tendon. And other side, try to anchor the center base of each heel. One more time, long stretch. And switch. Now from here, you're gonna bend the knees, look forward, and just walk the hands forward, come into a plank. Just a little walk. And center your weight evenly between both arms as your base of both feet. Even the tone out between right and left legs. Firm your abdominals, feeling that abdominal wrapping from back, the sacrum, around the pelvis to the front, feeling that zipper of support, pubic bone to navel, and shift forward through the tips of the toes and back into the heels. Just a little shift. All right. And then we're going to rest with the shoulders over the wrist. Take 4 push-ups here. 1 half push-ups, 2 half push-ups, 3 half push-ups, 4. Pause here for 3, 2, 1. One more downward facing dog. Feel welcome to bend into the knees. And from here, walk the hands to the feet. Yeah. Keep the knees bent. Allow here the ribs to rest just right on your thighs. You can hold on to your knees here. Yeah, the tops of the legs. And then push through the feet. Come all the way up to stand. You're going to stay where you are. I'm going to turn around and face you. We're going to circle the arms up and over the head. Turn the palms to face forward, snow angels. All right? Try to keep the elbows straight. So reach down into your arms. Feel the shoulder blades pull wide. And then bring the arms back down. Back of the head lines up to the sacrum. 3. Good. And we're going to do that one more time. We're going to stay there in 4. Hook your thumbs. Okay? And upright your pelvis. Feel the inner thighs and pubic bone pull forward a little bit. Draw the arms back a little further. Feel the backs of the shoulders. Side bend to your right. Sink into your left heel. Take a breath in. Exhale, reach a little longer into that right side body. Draw the navel to the spine. Come back up. Side bend to your left. Draw the arms back. Lift the gaze. Lift the skull. Good. One more time. Side bend right. Shift your weight into your left heel. Draw the arms back. Straighten them out a little bit more. Back through the center and to your left. Draw the arms back. Lift the skull. Good. And then come back through the center and circle through the arms. Roll the shoulders a couple times. Forward, up, and back. Good. And then rest into the center. Good. We're going to walk into the middle and do our jumping jacks. All right? Get a little cardio. So you're going to bring the feet together. Hands rest on the pelvis. You can separate the legs when you jump. You can turn the legs out slightly. Try to get the heels down. And 2, and 3, 4. We're going to do 10. We're going to stay there on 10. Bring the hands onto the tops of the legs. Shift forward, stretch out your inner thighs. Roll the right shoulder forward. Look over the left shoulder. Come back through the center. Roll the left shoulder forward. Look over the right. Good. Come back through the center. Straighten up through the legs. Hands rest on the pelvis. Bend the knees. 10 more. Together. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to stay there on 10. Go down. Hands on the thighs. Roll the right shoulder forward once again. Come back through the center. Roll the left shoulder forward. Back through the center. Bring the hands together. You can either clasp the hands together, interlace them, little fist, down and up 10 times. Down, up, 2, stand. Straightening the legs at the same time. 4. Squats. 6. 8. 2 more. And stay down there for a count of 10. 2, 3, firm into the heels. 6, 8, slowly straighten the legs.
Fingertips come back to the front of the pelvis. Bend the knees, open and close 10 times once again. 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Stay. Bring the elbows up, draw them back. Pivot here, right arm. 2, 10 of these. 5, 7, 9. Come back to the center. Hands rest. 10 jacks. 1, 3, 5. Stay there on 10. Elbows up. Draw them back left. 2. You are welcome to use weights for this at any point. Last one, come back to the center. We're going to come down once again. We're going to bring our arms out in front of us. Good, and we're going to pivot here to our left. All right, bring the arms up and over the head. Stretch up through the elbows. Now, from here, you're going to bring your hands just into that clasp again. All right, shift your weight onto your left leg. And we're going to lower the right knee towards the mat. 1, up. 2, up. 3, up. Good job. 4, surprise. 5 more. 6, 7, 8. 2 more only. 9. Stay there on 10. Bring your hands down. Now we're probably going to hop this left foot forward a little bit. So we can come into a nice long lunge with the back leg. Shifting forward, you come onto your fingertips. You come into flat palms. You can rest your hands on blocks. And when you're ready, pick the right knee up. Deepen the stretch. And just pull your left elbow up towards the ceiling. Take a twist. Stretch the left arm straight up to the ceiling. Take a breath. Stretch the back leg. Good. Return the hand down on your mat. Lower the knee. Lift your spine up. Lift your arms up. Stretch them up and over the head. Take a breath. Good. And then we're going to bring the hands down. Right? We're going to lift the leg up. We're going to kind of straighten the leg and just walk around to the other side. Right? And then we're going to come all the way up. All right? This time the hands clasp in front of us. You can rest them on the heart center, just slightly in front of you. Shift your weight over that right leg so you're standing on it. And then we're going to tap the left knee down 10 times. Down, up. If you don't want to come all the way to the ground, that's fine. You just do a little knee bend. You don't want to collapse on the left leg. Press the palms together, the heels of the hands, firm the belly. Keep the gaze pulled forward. 8, 2 more. 1 more and stay down there. Bring the hands down. If your right foot's in a good spot, walk the leg back a little further. Fingertips, palms for a deeper stretch. Or on your block, straighten your back leg. And you can look back behind you. Make sure the center of your left heel lines up to your sit bone. Firm the belly, bring it up. Bring it back down. You can rest the left knee down for your twist. Open it up. Take a breath. Bring the hand back down. From here, we're going to come into our plank once again. So just reach your right leg back. We're going to hold here for a breath. Firm the lower body, stand on both legs. Stretch your gaze forward. Come down for a count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. Uncurl the toes, separate the heels to sitting bone distance apart. Draw the shoulder blades down the back ribs, lift the chest, lift the gaze, and bring it back down. Take a breath in and a breath out. And then again, move forward, right? Moving into your potential, right? It's not a back bend, it's a movement forward and up through the spine. An elongation. Coming back down. We're going to repeat it. This time we hover the palms, but imagine you're still sliding those hands back. Lower down. Last time. Lifting, moving on an inhale. Hover the heels. Heels about as high as your hips. Flutter kick the legs. 4 breaths. Your speed is your choice. Isolating the movement in the legs, everything else is still, controlled. The back of the neck is long. The legs are straight. And one more full breath. Bring it down. Push through the arms. Coming back into a child's pose. Option to keep the arms extended out in front of you. Or you can come into your seed pose. Cup the heels with the hands. Take a breath. And then we're going to scoop ourselves up, however that looks. And we're going to close out with some abs. Okay. So from here, however you want to get down on your mat is fine. Okay, we're going to let the knees fall to the right. The arms are reached down along your sides with the palms turned up. And use your exhale to come back through the center. Feel a little pressure here in the diaphragm down. All right, so you're extending your abdomen, right? Exhale back through the center. All right, so feel that expansion of the abdominals. And then the lift. One more time. And lift. Good. From here, we're going to hug the right knee into the chest. Feel the imprint of your spine, right? Your pelvis is rocked back towards a posterior tilt. Right? There's an ease in the joint space in the right hip. And the waist is drawn down towards your mat. And then reach the arms over the head as you move into the other leg. So we're going to hug the left knee in. Notice if the knee wants to swing out, if the center of the heel lines up to the center of the knee, to the center of the hip, right side waist and spine are anchored. And then stretch the arms over the head. We're going to do that one more time. Hug the right knee into the chest. But also from here, curl up to the bottom of the shoulder blades. Keep the anchor of your waist, curl up here, right? Make sure the shoulders aren't up by the ears. Wrap them down and in through the elbows. Stay lifted, slowly switch, right? So just the legs moving, right? A 2 count inhale, 2 count exhale. Here we go. And hug the knees into the chest, lower the head down, right? Make a little circle around your pelvis, a circle with the knees, both in the same direction. Massaging through the sacrum and the lower back, and you can reverse that circle. And then we're going to pause in what feels like the middle. And again, exhale to curl up. This time, interlace the fingers at the webbing. Slide the hands to the center, base of the skull. Come into your tabletop with both legs. Look at the shape of the abdominals. Make sure you see that rectus abdominis hollowing out, so you're scooping the belly. All right, we're gonna contract your right glute to extend the heel to the floor. Inhale up. So what we want to avoid is the sensation of rocking forward, right? We want to feel as the heel comes down that the abdominals are pulling in the opposite direction, right? And we can add a twist away from the leg. The elbow comes to 1 o'clock and 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. You can keep the same breath pattern. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Bring both knees up. Lower the head for a moment here. Bring the arms down, palms up. Keep your legs locked together. We're going to balance on our right booty. So balance on your right booty. Try to keep the left ribs down. And then imagine a zipper pulling across the hips back to the center. Left side, balance on your left booty. Squeeze the legs together. Exhale back through the center. We take an inhale, reach the left leg. Exhale back through the center. Inhale, reach the right leg. Exhale back through the center. Inhale, stretching both legs if you can. Exhale back to the center. Inhale, squeeze the legs, not too low. And back to the center. Last time. Here and reach. Bend and center. Left and reach. Back to the center. Hug the knees into the chest. Curl up to the bottom of the blade. Interlace the fingers at the webbing. Hands come to the center base of the skull, legs to the tabletop. All right, so now from the ribs up, still. From the waist down, the movement we just did, just the balance on the right booty. Inhale. It's a lot harder this way, huh? Exhale, pull from the right inner thigh. Inhale, balance on your left booty. Exhale, back to the center. Inhale, reach just one leg. Exhale, back, good job. Inhale, reach just one leg. Exhale, back to the center. You can do one or both legs. Inhale, reach not too low. And back to the center. Inhale, not too low. And back to the center. Lower down and open the chest. Good. From here, and bring our arms down by our sides. All right. Press into your heels. Lift the hips up. Right. And feel like your tailbone's going to move both forward and up to the ceiling. So you get a nice sense of elongation, stretch, openness across the front of the pelvis and into your psoas, firm into both glutes. And if you want to, press into the palms. Allow the ribs to float up without moving any tension into the throat. You should still be able to sing a song. And then roll all the way down. Good. From here, hold behind the right knee. Imprint your spine. Okay? And curl up to your blades or slightly higher. And if you can, straighten this right leg. Now you can continue to hold behind the knee, but you want to straighten the leg, so if you have to bring it a little further forward, okay? And then stretch your left leg out. One more breath. And then from here, bend the knees, right? Hold behind the knee. Sorry, stretch the leg up to the ceiling. You can lower the head for a moment if you want. And you can slide that left hand up the leg. And then we're going to curl up, send the leg out in front of us. We're going to do just here scissors. So we're going to inhale, exhale. Inhale, you can grab behind the knee or up at the ankle, okay? 2 more breaths. Inhale,
And exhale. Good. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Good work. Hug the knees in. Good. Lower the feet down. Last bridge. Press into the feet. Lift the hips. Now you can from here walk the hands underneath you to interlace the fingers. Roll the shoulder blades into one another. Stand firm through the ball of the big toe. Maintain a lift through the arches of the feet, outer blade of each foot. Take a breath. Let the abdominals extend upward. Let the arms firm down and long. And then from here, when you're ready, release the arms and articulate down through the spine. Good. And from here, we're just going to roll onto one side. Prop ourselves up. And sit tall here on the sitting bones. Feel the sitting bones are weighted here on both sides. And try to visualize a straight line from the crown to the tail. Lift through the front of the chest wall.